Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And again, welcome to the first TEDxYouth at Curaçao. And today, you're going to hear a lot of different stories by a lot of different teenagers about a lot of different subjects. But they have one thing in common. They all belong to the same generation, Generation Z. And before we start to listening to all these interesting talks, I would like to share with you some thoughts about this generation. Everybody between the 2 and 20 years old belongs to Generation Z. And in 2011, I worked together with my former colleagues René Boender and Jos Ahlers on a book about this generation. And among other things, I was responsible for all the research in this book. I talked to kids all over the world to know what they think and what they expect from their lives. It was a very interesting time, especially because this generation is really different from all the generations before. And today I would like to share with you some differences that I discovered. I would like to talk to you about the way these kids handle all new digital devices and what impact that has on their lives. And then I will take a look at the way they see their future working life when they grow up. And finally, I would like to talk to you about the way they see things such as privacy or sharing. Well, growing up, this generation was surrounded by technological innovations. They grew up with the presence of internet, mobile phones, and some of them even with the iPad or smartphone. They do not know a world without these modern communication tools. It's a truly digital generation. And 30 years ago, we could not imagine this.
Okay, show me word world.
Okay. Where you go?
Oh,
Okay. Right there.
good job.
Yeah, with the guy. With the monster?
Sure, you can do the word world monster episode.
Okay.
Go to your favorite part. You looking for the monkey part? There it is. There's the monkey part.
It's cute, right? Well, nowadays, kids give up their dolls at the age of 6. My generation gave up dolls when we were 11 years old. And instead of playing with old-fashioned toys, these kids are gaming on their iPad and PlayStation. And they cannot live without these tools. And research shows that 75% of this generation cannot live without the internet. 75%. But they use it for everything. For school assignments, doing homework, watch movies, download music, and most importantly, to get in touch with their friends. Well, when I ask these kids about their future working life when they grow older, they have a very clear vision about it. It has to be perfect. An interesting job, a good salary, friendly colleagues, and a flexible and dynamic workplace. And due to all the social media, 24% of these kids won't even enter a job if they're not allowed to go on Facebook during office hours. Strange? No, absolutely not, because this generation will not work the traditional office hours. Due to all the mobile devices, these kids can work wherever and whenever they want. So why would you sit in a boring office if you can take your work to the Starbucks around the corner and have a nice cup of Frappuccino? They can work when they need to. So they might come in at the office at 10 o'clock in the morning and have some meetings, check their emails, and leave the office at 3 again to do some groceries. And when their kids are sleeping, they log on to the business network again and start working in the evening. They are flexible, and they might work during private hours, and understandably they want to have the possibility to do some private stuff during office hours, like check up with their friends on Facebook. Another interesting point that we discovered is about the word sharing. This generation has a completely different meaning of the word sharing. When I was little, for example, and I had to share a cookie with my younger brother, I broke the cookie in half and he got half of it and I got half of it. We shared a cookie. When this generation, for example, is sharing a song they have on their iPod, they multiply that song. They both have the entire song on their iPad. So sharing has a completely different meaning. Sharing means multiplying to this generation instead of splitting. Well, these kids are online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they share everything online. What they eat, what they do, who they are dating, which clothes they wear, and what they think of their teachers and parents. They share everything with everybody. And openness is really important to them. And in a time where governments are trying to know everything from everybody, too much privacy is suspicious to this generation. And openness means safety. And this generation is embracing that openness and is used to not having privacy. Well, my final conclusion about this generation is that they are the most positive generation ever. They believe they will get a better house than their parents, a better job than their parents, a better life than their parents, and a chance to live the lives they want. They know and believe it's all going to work out for them. And working again with these kids the last couple of months preparing for this event, I think they are right. They hold the future. So please enjoy this wonderful TEDx and listen to all the talks of our wonderful and promising Generation Z. Thank you.